Awesome. Okay, so we are going to hear from Krissy tonight. She is a distributor signing machine, and if you guys don't follow her on TikTok, you need to do that as well because she's absolutely killing it over there. So, girl, if you want to unmute yourself, give us a little bit of your story, and then just take us away.
Yes. Hey, Mariah. Thank you so much for asking me here. I'm so happy to talk to you guys tonight. So I'm Krissy Wilson. I've been in the business for a little over a year and a half now. And I just hit triple diamond. So I am so excited just to share my tips with you guys. And I do have notes, so if you see my eyes darting, that's why. But I did not want to miss anything. So basically, Mariah just wanted me to go like start to finish with distributors. So I just want to start by talking about mindset. So obviously, I know all of you guys have probably heard this. Like if you're saying, I can't sign distributors, no one wants to join my team, I can't get a teammate, that's what's going to happen because that's what you're speaking over your business. So first thing first, make sure you're speaking positivity over yourself, over your business, over who you want to sign. You know, like, are you speaking into the atmosphere that you want to sign runners, that you want to sign this number of people this month? Make sure that your mindset is in the right place. That's number one. And next, know that people want what we have. There is not a single person, even people who we think are successful, that doesn't need an extra income. It doesn't have to be that this person, you know, doesn't have, or it doesn't like our typical person that we would think needs extra income. Everyone needs extra income. So realize what you have your hands on, have that mindset. And before you even start working, just know what you want, speak it out, and know that you have what other people want, because that's just going to set the foundation for everything else to fall into place. So not inviting someone into your business is robbing them the opportunity to change their life. And I say this every time I talk about this. I'm like, if Brittany had not made one post, you guys, I joined Brittany from one single post, one post. So every time you're not putting that one opportunity post up, you could be robbing someone. And Brittany, I love you to death, but I would hate you if you robbed me from this opportunity. Like, I seriously would, because this has completely changed my life. So when you think about making that post, just think like, what if that one person that needs this, that it could really change their life, is getting robbed because I'm not making this post, because I'm not doing that one simple thing. Okay. All right. So now we talked about the mindset, what you're doing. So now you're like, okay, well, how do I make those posts? How do I attract people into my business? So the first thing that you need to realize is it does not matter if you just started today or if you've been in for 2 years. You need to be posting about the business opportunity, you guys. And it doesn't have to say, I paid off my debt, I bought a house, I made $1 million. People don't care. They don't care about that. And guess what? That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for, what can it do for them? Okay. So you, instead of being, you know, oh, I don't know what to say, or I don't know, you know, what I can talk about because I haven't made $1 million, start looking at what other people you see need. And that's going to be looking at who you're attracting. So for me, I was a nurse before I was able to retire myself with this business. So I have a lot of nurses on my page. I follow nurses on purpose because I can relate to them and they can relate to me. So think about who your audience is going to be first and foremost. So do you have kids? Are you a dog mom? Were you a nurse? Are you a teacher? And talk about those things. So you don't have to have made money to talk about your wins in this business, you guys. I posted about earning my shopping spree. Like, I think people literally thought I like hit the lottery. Okay. And I went back to that post just a little bit ago, like a few days ago, and I had like 70 comments, or no, it was like 37 comments. And I looked back and looked at those comments. 7 of those people that comment on that post joined my team. They didn't join that day. They probably didn't even join that month, but they were watching me. They were watching me. And so you don't have to get a bunch of comments. You don't have to get a lot of likes. You don't have to get people to sign on the spot. You just have to show people that you're excited. I was so excited about that shopping spree, you guys. And people felt that. They were like, wow, she's really doing something. She just earned herself a shopping spree. When you sign a customer, even if you're selling a sample, guess what? That's $20. That's a gas tank. I mean, well, depending on what you're driving. But Talk about that. You guys, I just earned enough money from my phone to fill up my gas tank. It's the small things. No one cares if you bought a house because they can't relate to that. But if you're saying I just earned, I mean, obviously we can't say income numbers right now anyway, but I just earned enough to fill up my gas tank. I just earned enough to pay my water bill. I earned enough to get groceries. You guys, that's what people really relate to. So don't think that you have to have made $1 million to be able to talk about it.
I'm going to jump in right there for a second. I love that so much, and especially for those of you guys who have been in here for a while. You know, it's so easy to be like so focused on what big things you want to do. Guys, you know what my post was? I joined for 20 bucks 2 years ago, and I was blowing it up when I signed my first customer. I was like, y'all, I made my investment back instantly. Like, I already made my money back. It's the small things. And I love how you were talking about that because it's so much more relatable. And then when you are new, you're like, well, of course they can sign distributors. You know, Krissy's a triple diamond. She's probably making 5 figures a month. Like, yes, she can get the distributors, but there's so much more power and relatability in those small wins. I just want to reiterate that because that was so good.
Yeah, and I just want to follow behind that. And just like she said, like, you're looking at me saying like, oh, well, yeah, she's a triple diamond, or yeah, she doesn't work. So of course people are going to be related to her, are connected to her to join her. But how do you think I got here? It's not because, you know, I just signed up and someone was like, here's 100 distributors, like, now you go get the rest. I worked up to this point. So I was working. You know, I didn't start off not working. I didn't start off being able to say I was debt free. That's the things that I worked up to. So everyone starts at start, you guys. Everyone starts at square one, and it can be so easy to look around and be like, oh, well, yeah, it's easy for her to sign distributors because she's triple diamond or because she does this and this. But how did I get to triple diamond? Like, it's because I started with the small wins. And even now, I just signed a distributor from a grocery post saying that I got my groceries. So definitely don't look at it like you're not capable. Alexis Franklin is on here. She is my double diamond, you guys. She joined with me 2 weeks after I started my business. 2 weeks. So that's another thing that I want you guys to get out of your head, okay? I don't care if you started yesterday. You can sign a distributor. You don't have to know it all. I still don't know it all. But a lot of times I think that fear and that paralyzation comes in when you're like, well, I haven't done XYZ, so how can I sign someone else? How can I show someone else? But that's why we have leaders in place, you guys. If it's something you don't know, there's always someone else. And me and Alexis learned together. So whenever you're signing someone new, if you still don't know it all, perfect. You guys can learn together. You guys will be besties and learn the system together. So I'm going to go into now, like, how to tell your story, like how you are attracting people in. So as Mariah said, I had TikTok blow up for me earlier this year, which is why I was able to sign so many distributors in the beginning of this year. But I will say, you guys, it was not solely TikTok. And I don't want to get too much into TikTok just because we don't know what's going on with TikTok right now, but just a very quick thing. And I was just talking to Alexis about this earlier with TikTok. You just have to do it, okay? And get past the fear, you guys. Just do it. Whenever Jackie Deering first brought TikTok up, I had no clue how to do it or what to do it. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. And that's the mindset we need to have, you guys, to just do it. Do it scared. I did not know what I was doing when I first started TikTok. And then out of nowhere, I started getting all these followers and comments and Instagram likes. And I'm like, what just happened? But it's because I did it scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't learned TikTok before. But I took hold of that information that was given to me and I just ran with it. So whenever you are on TikTok or any other platform, no matter how you're talking to people, you need to be conscious of how your page looks. Yes, I signed a lot of distributors. It originated through TikTok, but I sealed the deal through Instagram. So they saw me on TikTok. A lot of people don't trust TikTok, okay? So what do? They try to find you on other platforms. Like, I had people blowing up my Facebook page, and my Instagram is linked to TikTok. This means that people were searching my name on Facebook, finding me and looking. So when someone comes and looks at your Facebook or your Instagram, what are they seeing? Are they seeing a bunch of memes? Are they seeing like profanity and negative stuff and politics? Or are they seeing a professional businesswoman that is helping other women or men do the same thing? So it originated, yes, on TikTok or any platform that you pick, but you need to make sure that page is clean, because if anyone's wanting to join you, that's the first thing they're going to do is look into your page, look into your pictures, look into your posts. So make sure that you're being consistent, that you are being professional. You don't have to have the perfect post. You don't have to have the perfect picture, but just make an attempt to make it professional looking. And I do think that that's a big part of why those distributors were then attracted, because they saw me posting about my successes through my Instagram page.
I'm going to jump in there again. I absolutely love that. And I know I think it's so, words. Signing distributors can be so hard sometimes, because when you're selling products, you're selling products. But when you're signing distributors, you're selling yourself. And that's what she's talking about there with your image. Like, what are you putting forward? Are you putting the same crap they're going to see on their timeline, the same, political drama? And you can voice your opinions. You have a platform. There's nothing wrong with that, but how are you doing it? Are your pictures, extremely dark lit? Like, I'm not saying you need to be Miss America. That's not what it takes. But good lighting is good lighting. Like, it does not matter what you look like if the lighting is good. And there's small things that you can do like that to make sure your page is attractive, that is going to be bringing them in. Because when they come to your page, you want them to remember it. You want there just to be something different. Even if you just, put the same filter on all your pictures so they pop a little different, something that small can be eye-catching. And so you've got to create the design of what you want. And I love with my girls, I always tell them, think of like the 5 characteristics you want in a distributor, whether that be hardworking, faith-based, a mom, whatever that is. And then those 5 things have got to be on your page. If I go to your page, I should be able to figure out what you're looking for, because what you're putting out is what you're going to attract. Like, absolutely love that. I'll let you continue.
And I love how you said that with the 5 things. I actually just did a poll on my story. Now, mind you, most of my Instagram followers are complete strangers. And I asked, what's my dog's name? What's my husband's name? What's my favorite food? Like, y'all, strangers were getting these things correct. Okay. And it's not like it was like, is my husband's name Jace or Jack? Like, very similar things. And strangers they know my dog's name. They know my husband's name. They know my favorite place to eat. Why? Because I show them. They really, they know me. I'm gonna say they feel like they know me. They really know me. They know where I live. And it's because not like my address, but what state. So I had to clarify that. Don't go putting your address out there, but they know what state I live in, you guys. So these strangers know me. They have that connection to me, even though it's just through social media. And the reason they know that stuff is because I put it out there. And going back to like the groceries and the gas thing, you guys, show your face. Do a quick video of you pumping your gas. Put it on your story. Show you swiping your card at checkout. Show your grocery buggy. I have like grocery buggy photos like saved that I can just go back to at any point. It's not that you have to remember every single time that you're grocery shopping, but just know that like those things are what attract people. And so going back into the telling your story and stuff, make sure you have a call to action. Whenever you're telling your story on your story or on your Facebook page or Instagram page, let them know what to do if they're interested. And personally, I put my phone number, and I've seen, once I started putting my phone number, I started getting more texts. And I think people feel more comfortable because they're like, she don't know me, so I'm just gonna text her. And of course, I bring them back to my platform. But have a call to action whenever you are either on your story or on your pages, always when you make your opportunity post. And be you. It is so easy to copy and paste the post, you guys. I know, I'm guilty, okay? But be you, because you don't want someone to read your post and it's a copy and paste from me, and then they join you and they're like, wait, but I read this post about, like, you're not the same person. So make sure you're being you. And I'm gonna like roll into like messaging and stuff. But I wanted to say that about being you. Anything you want to add before I start talking about like transition into messaging?
This is probably, you may say it later on, but I assume with TikTok probably, but are you using an influencer application?
So I have one, but mostly they just message me in my Instagram inbox or text me. But I do have an influencer application. I think I've maybe got like 20 responses on it, which is good. I'm not saying like that's bad, but I know that I do believe that if I had started, like when I first started with TikTok, I didn't have my influencer application on there. If I did, it would have been better and more organized. So that's definitely a good thing to do. I do think that I lost potentials because Instagram does delete messages after like a certain time. I did not know that then. So it was a learning experience. So if you do have an influencer application, I would definitely recommend having it, and that can be a call to action. for them to fill out the application. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so into messaging. So once you get them interested, now what, right? Voice messaging, you guys. You have got to voice message, okay? So I can put like any script I want to in this chat, but what people are going to relate to is your voice and hearing you and knowing that you genuinely are taking the time to talk to them and caring about them. They're joining you. And it can be so easy when you're on a roll, like, oh, distributors, signing distributors. But remember, this isn't just a box, okay? Like, this is a person who is wanting to change their life. And they're entrusting in you to help them do that. I mean, they're taking a step out on faith to join something they don't know about with a person that normally they've never met. So make sure that you are taking that time with them to do a voice message. Now, if you, and I'm guilty, I've done this, you can send yourself a voice message and then forward it to the first people over and over again, okay? So I have a few different ones that I just send to myself, and I have above it typed out what that voice message is, so that way I know what I'm sending to people. But I really try to voice message. The script, I can put the script that I use initially when they're asking for information. It's the one from Jade Hooper. I think probably everyone has seen it. Yes, Mariah, you're selling yourself, seriously. But that's the like initial message that I use whenever I'm talking to a potential initially. From there, really the rest is voice messaging. Like after I send that initial message, I'm mostly voice messaging, and I kind of make it into almost like an interview for them. So after I send that, they say they're interested. I'm like, okay, well, how much time do you spend on your phone? And I love asking that question because it puts that in their mind, like, oh, I'm on my phone like 8 hours. And my next voice message is like, girl, oh my God, like you would be so good at this. Like you're on your phone that much and you're not making money? Like what? And so it kind of gives them that idea like, oh my God, I am on my phone a lot. And just depending on the person, what questions they ask, we kind of go from there. But I'll always voice message about the price. And I do that for loyal customers too. So I'll let them know. And I'm excited. So they're hearing the excitement in my voice. And I have so many people say, thank you for voice messaging me. Like, I feel so much better that I've heard your voice. And then I've had people say like, girl, you got me so excited because you sound so excited. And they're just excited. So keep that excitement high, you guys. And even when you're putting stuff on your story, like be excited because it's a contagious. And a lot of people don't like their job. So when they see you're so excited about what you get to do every day now that you have to do, it attracts them. So my voice message is very basic. It's just like, hey girl, well, after they say they're interested, they tell me how much time they spend on their phone. And I'm like, oh my God, you'd be so amazing at this. You know, this is the cost. With that, you get your website, you get all your business building tools, your training. It'll be one-on-one training with me. And you also get $140 worth of coffee samples. So right there, you're like verbally saying it's only $99, and then you're basically telling them they're getting their money back in the coffee sample. So that is kind of the way that I talk to them once I get them in my inbox. It's high energy every single time. If my dog barks, girl, sorry, that's Callie. Guess what? They're in my life now, okay? If my husband's talking, I'm like, Jack, hold on. And I'm making mistakes. Girl, I can't talk today. Hold on, let me try this again. It's letting them see this is a real person. Like she's not a robot. She's not a scam. Like she's a real person and she's just being herself. And that really attracts people and makes them feel more comfortable that you're not like a perfect Instagram blogger that like takes the amazing pictures and never makes mistakes. Anything else before? Okay. So next I'm just gonna go a little bit into host to post with the distributor opportunity. So I'm gonna put a script that I really love to use for my host to post. Actually, no, this one's first. I'm gonna do this one first. All right. So anytime you don't ask someone, you're missing an opportunity. You never know when that person is going to say yes, or you never know when that person has been watching you and they're truly interested. So this is one that is for people who liked your business post. Y'all, I went back. I just got this script this month, I think. I went back to like my post from January and February and worked my way down. I mean, I'm sure people were like, what post did I comment on? Girl, you like to post. We talking. You want to know more about what I do, okay? So, I mean, if you like my post, you got a message, okay? So that is one that I actually got a lot of interest from. People are like, yeah, I actually am. And I think the biggest fear that we have when messaging people is that someone's going to say no. or they're not interested. And with this message, people are like, oh no, girl, I was just showing love. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much for showing me love and support. I hope you can continue. I love seeing your support. I mean, it's so simple. It's like, you're hurting yourself by not asking, and then you're robbing that person of the opportunity by not asking. And I also have one for stories. So literally, if you watch my story, if you like my post, if you do any of that, you're getting a message. So this one is for people who looked at your story. So I just go through, especially, I mainly look at stories where I'm talking about a product, the viewers, and then just message from there. And then let me find the host to post one, you guys. So the host to post messages that I like to use, it gives them the opportunity of, are you interested, or anyone you know, or would you be okay to post about it if you don't know anyone? Let's see. So it just says, hey, quick question. Do you happen to know anyone interested in making extra income from social media? If not, that's totally okay too. Would you mind putting the image that I send to you in your story for entry into my cash giveaway? So that's like 2 birds in 1 stone. From this message, I always either have them say themselves are interested, or they say both. Like, yeah, I'm interested, but yeah, I'll also put a post up. So you got a potential distributor and you got to host a post up. Done. So I just say, like, always ask. And I literally have so many different ones that I use, you guys. If I'm just Greenlight Messaging, or I'm just going and messaging on Instagram, this is another one that I like to use. It's just like, hey, do you know anyone interested in making extra income? And it kind of takes the pressure off, both you and them, because you're not asking if they're interested. You're asking if someone they know is interested. But usually they're interested. So it kind of opens up the way. They're like, I may be, can you tell me more? Girl, yeah, let's talk. Like, definitely. So any person you don't ask, you guys, you're robbing them of the opportunity. The worst they're going to say is, not right now, or actually, I'm okay. And guess what? It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world for someone not to be interested.
I absolutely love that. I love how you keep bringing it back to, like, asking people. I was on a Zoom with the Duns, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and Joel said, just kind of joking, but man, did it hit. And he's like, if Stephanie signs a customer, it's because it's an accident. And I was like, whoa, okay. Like, there's so many people who do need this, who do want this, but they don't think they're qualified. They don't think there's someone that could do this, that you would want to work with, or even know it's an opportunity. And so you are robbing them every time you don't ask. You are being selfish and prioritizing your fear over the potential to completely change someone's life. And I love how much emphasis you put on that. You sign all these distributors because either, you know, you'd have the times when you're not scared to ask, or you're going to ask while being scared. And I absolutely love that.
Yeah, seriously, anytime I like message people, I'm like, ew. But once you start, it gets easier, and the more you do it, it's easier. But every day I'm just like, because it can be uncomfortable, but guess what? You don't grow when you're comfortable. So get uncomfortable, do it uncomfortable. It's Alexandria. Sorry, your face. Okay, but do it uncomfortable. It is okay, you guys. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I just see somebody said, can I repeat that? But I don't know what. I'm not sure what you were asking. Yeah, Brittany, like that first message, you're like, eee. But then once you get in the routine, and what we do a lot is set a timer. And I don't know if you guys do that, but set a timer, and then during those 15 minutes, like, do nothing but message. Don't respond, just message. Just ask, you guys. You will be surprised at the responses you get. Seriously. Let's see what else I had. On your story, so I wanted, and I know I talked a little bit about being you, but I wanted to like really key in on those copy paste slides. I'm guilty. I use them. I still do use them sometimes, but try to make them you in some way. So I have like these little graphic photos of myself. I'll like throw it on one of those. Or what I always like to do is have myself talking either before or after the slides to make it different, because 10 times out of 10, you're not the only person that does this on your friend's timeline. And I was actually really shocked one day. I saw someone in another business use one of our copy paste slides, or at least I thought it was ours. And then it made me realize, like, wow, like everybody's using these. Like everybody is using these. So I just would say be original with them, because people like, it's not authentic when they see it, and especially if they just saw it on Sarah's slide, they're like, okay, like, but if they see you being you and you being authentic and you being raw, that's going to attract them to you. Um, What do you say when someone says they're not able to listen to this? I've maybe only had that ever one time, and I think I did just type it out. But normally if someone's like busy and they can't listen, they'll just say like, oh, I'll listen later. And of course, and that was my next thing going into follow-ups. If you're writing their names down, which you should be, I'll just make a note to make sure to go back if they don't respond to me. It's like, hey girl, did you get a chance to listen? Because sometimes people are at work, but that rarely happens to me. And I guess everybody just home right now. I don't know. That seriously rarely happens to me where someone says they can't listen. But I guess it does happen. So next I'm just gonna go right into follow-ups. Basically my follow-ups are really basic. I'm just like, hey girl, were you still interested in making some extra income? I mean, just really simple. Now, if it's someone who left me on red, I like to just say, hey, did my message come through? It's so non-invasive. It's like literally just asking, and sometimes they'll say no, and I'll see they read it, and I'm just like, oh, you didn't get it, let me try again. I know you got it, but it's fine, we'll play dumb as long as I got a response. That's all I care about. Okay, we back talking. So I like to do the 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. After the 1 month, sometimes I'll do 2 months, but at some point I am having them host a post for me about the business opportunity, because if you don't want it, some of your friends do. And when you see your friends interested, you're going to be like, okay, tell me again, what do I have to do? Because it's like FOMO. When they see their friends doing something that they were once interested in, they want to do it too. Were you trying to say something, Mariah? I saw you lean. Okay. So I saved actually these follow-up messages I got from Mary Beth on one of the host to post, or not host to post, power hours she's been doing. I got both of these from her. But again, for me, I really just do like the basic. I maybe use these a few times because I'm just like straight up like, did you still want to make money? Like, let me know. I do, and I'm gonna dive right into that too with the training. So follow-ups obviously are so important, you guys. I basically sign all my distributors from a follow-up. Seriously, like always. And don't be afraid to voice message a follow-up, because again, it's that personal piece, and it's kind of like harder to ignore a voice message, I think, because they like hear your voice and it's like, ooh, I need to respond to this girl. But I've had people joining me now that we first started talking about the business a year ago, and they join me now. What if I had stopped posting about the opportunity? What if I had given up on my business and that seed was still growing? Okay, that seed just wasn't ready to sprout yet. So that happens to me all the time. So make sure you're keeping some type of way to keep up with who you're talking to and following up with them. So now I'm gonna just very lightly, because we're almost at 30 minutes, I'm just gonna very quickly go into the training that I do. So I saw that question about the fast starts. So if they're not responding to you, and you know, obviously you have a customer to put there, because you're going to want those fast start bonuses. Someone in the comments asked if someone's not responding, they've been in for 17 days, like, would I place customers, or would I enroll customers with them? Absolutely. That is free money. If you're not doing that, you might as well take $150 and put it in the fire, because that's what you just did. But Alexandria, your faces, I gotta hide your video because you are a mess. So when I sign someone, nothing changes from what I did to get them in the door, you guys. And I think that was something that I kind of really had to check myself on. Like, whenever you're following up with them and you're checking in with them to see if they're ready, once they get started with you, guess what? The same thing. You need to be checking in with them. You need to be talking to them. I mean, I try my best every day. Obviously, depending on the person, it kind of varies. But like that first 30 days, like, oh, we talking, because I'm getting that fast start, okay? So when I first get them in, what I do is just do like the housekeeping stuff, like eSuite, apps, that type of thing. From there, I'm going straight into now host to post. So before, we would always do a first post, and I've personally seen people get discouraged because they have negative people on their posts, or they have people making comments or like, oh, what are you doing? Is it a scam? Blah, blah, blah. So I just started straight with host to post, you guys. So I'm like, put this up. Like, and you got a comment, send them this. They said yes, send them this. They said this, send, like, and I'm literally like right there, like, boom, send this, send this, send this. And it gets them that instant results. So they're instantly seeing people get interested, and it gives them that boost of confidence. And I've seen a lot better results with that than the first post first. So that's kind of what I've started doing, is just like, boom, post to post. And then Brittany Nelson actually just told me that what she did, and I'm like, oh, that's even smarter. She starts getting them selling samples first. So she gets them to put a post about the samples, or like, you know, who on my Facebook loves coffee, and gets them selling their samples. So that's like instant cash. So guess what? Now you automatically can say, or they can automatically say, I earned money. Like, I just started today and I earned money today. And then also it gives them that, again, that confidence, like, oh wow, like I just made money. Maybe I can do this. So I am quickly getting them to get to work, basically. The other thing that I've seen really good success with is 3-way chats. So generally I'm like putting them in a chat with like another leader. And especially now, like with the Sabbaths and everything, like I'm really trying to get them connected. And I think Kelly Brown said this one day about like the balloon strings, almost like the more people they're connected with, like the more grounded they will be. So that's kind of like, I guess, the things that I've changed, that I've noticed like differences in with people launching and starting off. So I give them like a giveaway post, yeah. And I have done it both ways actually, but the giveaway post did better. So I have given them where it's like they're the host of poster, where it's like my friend or who, like whatever one, like 2 pills a day, comment below. Like I've given them that one. Then I've also given them like comment your favorite color to be entered into our cash giveaway. Our teamed up with some girls, those type of ones for that I've personally seen with my girls do better, to give them the drop your favorite color to be entered into a giveaway. So that's the one that I get them to put up. I mean, literally 40 comments, 60 comments, and you got to think about it, like their network isn't used to seeing them post stuff like that, so they're really interested. And it blows up for them. So that's really the only different thing I do as far as training. I mean, we have our, you know, of course I teach them the 6 list, and we have like a day 1 through 10 trainings. I know Mariah has that kind of stuff for you guys too. So just basically immediately getting them plugged in, and then more so I've been better is getting them on a video call. Guilty as charged. I have not done that with everyone, but I try, okay? I try my best. And it helps. And I just had 3 of them today, actually. And I just do like 20, 30 minutes, so it's not long, it's not crazy, but it's kind of just like a little introduction, like, where do you live? Or, you know, just little things. Talk about kids, talk about like the simple things. And I like let them know, like, up front, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel like you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. You know, it's okay. I was kind of give them that reassurance, like, come to me. This is why I'm here. You know, it may be a day where you feel like you don't want to do this anymore. When that happens, come to me. Let's talk about it, you know? So I just really immediately kind of try my best to get them face to face on a video call. And then, of course, like, find out their goals, like find out what they're here for. And just kind of show that care, because again, like, they're not just a box, like they're a human being, they're a person that trusted you to want to help them change their life. So
I absolutely love that. It's just like, I love to think about it the same as like a relationship. And like, for those of you guys who are married, like, you're dating your significant other, and if you get married and you stop pursuing them, that relationship is not going to grow, that it's not going to be fruitful in the way you want. And it goes the same with these potential distributors. We are pursuing them, we are chasing them, and then we get them and we're like, okay, next one. And you got to take care of them. You put in all that work. And I'm telling you, if you worked as hard to keep the distributors as you did to get them, your entire paycheck, your entire business would completely change. Like, absolutely completely change. Do you have anything else that you wanted to go over, or?
That is it.
Awesome. Okay, so give us one final tip, whether it be distributor signing, believing in yourself, promoting, whatever. Leave us with something good. What's it at?
I would just say your mindset, you know, like if you feel like you don't have enough time in your day, or you feel like, you know, all these things, like wake up earlier, take some time to journal, to listen to self-development, and like really get your mind ready, because you can send out all the messages in the world, but if you're not being positive and you're not having that excitement and you're not in the right mindset, it's not gonna, you know, you could take every tip I said, but if you're in that mindset of like, oh, well, Krissy's only able to do that because she's this, or no one's gonna join me, then that's what's gonna happen. So take everything I said, use it, change your mindset, and just go. Do it scared. And that's it. Do it.
It was so good. Guys, put a 1 in the comments if you thought that was fantastic. I feel like I took so many notes. And as you guys always know, when you're on a Zoom with me, we don't just feel good and feel successful. We hop off when we get to work. So make sure when you get off here, you go send some more follow-ups. Go get a couple more hosts to post on. Take these tools and then put them to work. And again, thank you so much, Krissy, for hopping on.